Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you all so much for joining me here today for a brand new pick a card reading. For those of you that are new to the channel, hello and welcome in. My name is Melissa, and today's reading topic is going to be getting into what is happening for you this upcoming month of September. So this is going to be our general energies for the month ahead, but I will also be adding in a little bit of information about both love and career for the month of September, so that will be at the very end of each of the piles. If you guys do want more in-depth readings on love or career, be on the lookout because those will typically have their own dedicated videos uploaded onto my channel. Let's get into a couple of disclaimers, you guys. First and foremost, this is a general reading, meaning that some messages may resonate specifically with your personal situation while others may not. If you're feeling confused about something I'm saying in the reading, then don't question that. It's probably just not your message. If it doesn't apply, let it fly, and please do not take it personally or get upset if something in a really general reading is not specifically resonating with your personal situation. If you guys do want to book a personal reading, all the details on how you can do so will be linked in the description box down below. Also, keep in mind, guys, with these more time-based readings where we are predicting out future energies, please bear in mind that energy is always changing and the future is never set in stone because it depends on what actions you choose to take. So what I'm going to be highlighting for you here is more so a snapshot of where you're headed based off the current energy. But please never feel like you have to feel stuck to anything that any of these tarot readings say, because you have the free will to switch up your actions and switch up your energy and make your own choices and decisions regarding your future. All right, let's go ahead and get into our pile selection. So we're going to be doing 3 piles today. Starting on the left, we have pile number 1 with some strawberry quartz. We have pile number 2 with peach moonstone. And then pile number 3, we have this turquoise stone. I'm not 100% sure what it is. If you do know what it is, please comment below. So I want you guys to go ahead and take a deep breath. Think about your upcoming month ahead. Go ahead and select the pile or crystal you're feeling the most intuitively connected to. And once you've made your choice, you can scroll down to the description box below where you'll locate the timestamp that will take you to your chosen pile. See you there. Hey, pile number 1, if you guys picked out this strawberry quartz, this is going to be your reading for the month of September. So let's go ahead and jump right in with your tarot. And then you guys remember, I will be doing 1 love and 1 career message at the end of your video. So let's go ahead and get started. So we have an Ace of Pentacles, we have a 5 of Cups, and we have a 10 of Pentacles. So I definitely feel that this is a month of some sort of new beginning for you, or some sort of potential opportunity coming to the forefront or coming to fruition, especially with this Ace of Pentacles here. For a lot of you guys with these Pentacles cards, I do feel that this could be a month where your career is really being emphasized, your finances, your investments, and potentially also your material realm, your material possessions. Like, I'm really being drawn to this house right here. So some of you guys might be focusing in on like purchasing a home or your living space or a family home or something like that. But your material realm, I guess is what I would say, is being highlighted for you this upcoming month of September. So the cool thing about the Ace of Pentacles is that this is sort of like a new opportunity that's showing itself to you. It's being illuminated for you here with the sun. And I feel like you guys are actually kicking off the month by really looking closely at this opportunity and maybe making a decision around what direction you want to go, if you want to embrace this opportunity or not. Or maybe this is just kind of a month of appreciation as well for whatever this new beginning is for you. I'm also, again, seeing a house here. So I do feel like for a lot of you guys, there is something about your living situation that is coming up this month in September. Something you're appreciating, something you're re-examining, something you're making a decision about potentially. And so maybe this is kind of with the Ace of Pentacles being here. This could be sort of like the first month where you're really thinking about more of that long-term stability of where you ultimately want to live. I'm just getting that very specifically for some of you guys out there. Now, you guys also do have a Five of Cups here. So I do think that this month there is some sort of little disappointment or setback or maybe even a mistake that maybe is being made that may cause you guys to feel a little bit bummed out. And I have to note how the Cups card here is sort of like in between our successful Pentacles cards, right? So it definitely feels like whatever the setback is definitely something around these themes that we've been talking about. But there's a silver lining to this card that I'm already noticing. And the cool thing about this Five of Cups is that, yes, even though we have a little setback, we've made a mistake, we've had an accident, quote unquote, you still have a full table here behind you. So this can represent people that are supporting you. It can represent kind of this idea that not all is lost, that you still have abundance all around you. So my biggest advice with this card is typically like, if you guys are feeling bummed or disappointed about something, your feelings are totally valid, but there's also an opportunity for you to be grateful for what you currently have, because you actually have a lot more than what you've lost, is what I'm seeing here. Some of you guys this month may also be dealing with family, because the Ten of Pentacles is like about your family, but more so in like the legacy sense. So again, it's like this energy of setting yourselves up for long-term success this month. Some of you guys may specifically be dealing with issues, or not necessarily issues in a bad way, but just be dealing with themes of family and traditions and really building that legacy. You guys can see here we have like this old couple with their children, their grandchildren, their pets, right? So it's kind of like this energy of just thinking much more about your long-term future and your long-term success. I also feel that like with these Pentacle cards being here, I definitely feel that like financially you guys should be feeling pretty secure this month. I mean, this is a general reading, so everybody's situation is going to vary, but typically for me, especially Ten of Pentacles indicates that we're feeling really stable in our finances. And even if you're not, it's just about getting there. It's about making that plan to help you get there long term. So let's continue next with some astrology cards. Okay, so you guys have the 10th house and you have the 7th house. Okay, very cool. So the 10th house is definitely dealing with career, public image, sort of like your ultimate goals for yourself and your future. Makes a lot of sense. You guys also do have two, tens coming up with the 10th house and the 10 of Pentacles. So this could be a month where you guys are kind of closing out a chapter of some sort, specifically around career or public image, things like that. But the 10th house is kind of talking about how you guys want to be viewed in the public eye. What are the things that you guys really want to be known for in this lifetime? So again, I'm really feeling a lot of this energy from this group of thinking much more about your long-term future. So not just about like what you're doing right now today. You're thinking like, what do I want to be doing 10 years, 20 years down the line? Like, where do I want to see myself really far out in the future? How do I want to feel? What achievements do I want to be known for? These are the things that you guys are focusing in on this month. And with this little, like, you see how he's sort of like hiking here, and then we have like these mountains, right? I definitely think that there is this, again, this energy I'm getting of new beginnings here. Like you're maybe just starting to look at these things, and put a plan together for your future. And maybe this is also why we're getting a small little disappointment, because it's like a lot of times, well, not a lot of times, always with the 10 of Pentacles, it typically takes a little bit of time and planning and effort to get there, just like it's going to take time for this guy to climb up these mountains, right? So I think what's important for you guys this month is to remember that you're at the very beginning of this new path and that things aren't going to happen overnight. You know what I mean? So just make sure that you're being patient with yourself, you're being gentle with yourself, and don't place too heavy of an expectation on yourself to achieve immediately, because it takes time. I also think with the 7th house of relationships here, kind of it's bringing me back to this card, because I feel like you guys have support around you, even here with this 10 of Pentacles, right? I'm just being drawn to this table of blessings behind her as she's kind of focusing on what's going wrong in her life. And so I feel like there's somebody here that is there to support you through whatever setback you might face in your life. But this is also just kind of talking about focusing on those important relationships in your life, and maybe focusing on relationships that you know can help you get toward your ultimate goals. So maybe some of you guys are thinking a little bit more critically about who's in your life and what purpose do they really serve. Not in a negative way like we're using people, but more so like, are your relationships in your life truly in alignment with what you want to be known for and what your ultimate goals are? So for instance, maybe this month we're letting go of some old friendships, or we're letting go of some old, colleagues, or we're letting go of, a relationship, a romantic relationship that we know isn't going to ultimately serve us as we move toward our ultimate goals, right? So relationships are going to be emphasized for you this month too. Let's continue. I'm so excited because now I can start using my fall decks. So this is the Seasons of the Witch Oracle. This is the Samhain deck. So this one says, nature spirits, on your toes, twirl and twirl until you're ready to take flight. They arrive in the winds beneath your wings and speak through the swaying of the trees. So I'm getting also, there's like a nature theme coming up too, not just because this says nature, but we were talking about mountains, right? A lot of our cards are outside. Some of you guys might actually be making more of a concerted effort to get outside and connect with nature. That could be a thing for some. For others of you though, what this card is really speaking about is infusing more fun into your life, infusing more magic into your life. It also talks about learning to appreciate the little things, right? So again, kind of going back to our Five of Cups, like, yes, maybe there's something that's feeling unfulfilling, or maybe there's something that you feel upset about or disappointed by. However, there's a lot more for you to be grateful for. So this is sort of just drawing your attention to the little details in your life that maybe are getting missed or overlooked because we're focusing on other things. Or for some of you guys, I think what this is also talking about is because we're so focused on some of these more big picture things in our lives, we may have this tendency to forget about the small details, like the small moments that we can enjoy this month, the moments of fun we can infuse into our lives that will give us that immediate excitement, right? This can even be talking about like relationships that we're not necessarily nurturing as much because we're focused on some of our goals, right? So maybe you guys are thinking like, oh, I haven't seen my grandparents in a long time, and you keep thinking, oh, I need to go be with them, whoever it is. And maybe for whatever reason, because you're always focused on your goals, you haven't made the time for it. So I feel like this is a month where you're going to be making time for those relationships or situations that you know are important to you, but just don't necessarily get the same attention in your day-to-day life. We also have action. So yeah, you guys are definitely making forward movement this month. I definitely see a lot of momentum and movement toward some pretty substantial long-term goals. So this is really exciting for you guys. I think that there's a lot for you to look forward to. And I think this month feels like a month of kind of planning and envisioning the future and finally starting to like take those little steps forward toward the things that you know you ultimately want for yourselves. So pile one, let's go ahead and get into your love and career messages for this month. If you do want a more in-depth reading on either of these topics, there will be a love video up. And I don't know yet about career for the month of September, but if not, there are tons of career videos that will be posted, or maybe not tons posted in the month of September, but I already have a ton of general career videos up on my channel that are timeless. And there will probably be at least one career video this month on September. So in love this month, you guys have the Seven of Wands. This says defense mechanism. So you guys might be kind of like, it just feels like you guys are more focused on your bag. Like you're focused on other things this month. And so I'm feeling like this could be a month in love and relationships where you're a little bit more isolated and closed off when it comes to romance. This could be why that seventh house is coming up, because maybe you guys have been sort of blocking out all relationships or not investing as much in them because you've been more focused on these other goals you have. But either way, it definitely feels like going into this month of September, there's more of like this, it's like more of this energy of just being alone. And like, it's almost like I don't have time for this. Like I'm out here on my little iceberg doing other things. You know what I mean? For career, we have the Ace of Pentacles again. I love this. This secure offer, golden opportunity, right place, right time. Yep. So I think this really kind of echoes what I've been seeing for your month ahead, you guys. It definitely feels like this month is much more of a career-heavy month for you. So that is just confirming it with double Ace of Pentacles here. But yeah, definitely feels like you guys are getting some sort of new opportunity for success this month that can really potentially set you up for your long-term future. So group 1, we're going to go ahead and close out your reading here, but I would love to hear from you in the comments how you feel it resonates with your situation and what you guys have planned for the month ahead. Drop me a comment down below and let me know. If you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. This way you guys are aware of when I'm uploading new videos, and I look forward to seeing you in a new reading really soon. Bye. Hey, pile number 2, if you guys picked out this peach moonstone crystal, this is going to be your reading for the month of September. So let's go ahead and get right into your tarot. Also, remember guys, we will be doing one career and one love specific message at the end. So let's go ahead and get started here for pile 2. So you guys have the King of Cups, you have the Star, and you have the King of Swords. So 2 kings here. So for some of you guys, there could be an energy of leadership coming up because we do have 2 kings. The King of Cups being more of like that compassionate leader, that caring, emotional sort of supportive leader, whereas the King of Swords is more of like that logic over emotion. So it's definitely kind of some opposite energies here. Some of you guys may be working on just stepping more into your masculine energy or stepping more into your leadership qualities in general. Taking charge of something in your life, taking the reins on something in your life, potentially even leading others within something in your life could be a thing as well. But there's definitely like this balance here, or this emphasis on like emotion but also logic. So maybe this is also what some of you all are balancing. And it's interesting too because like with the Star card, I'm kind of noticing how one of her hands is like up in the air and the other one is like pointing down toward the water, and the King of Swords is air and the King of Cups is water. So it's just kind of an interesting synchronicity that I'm picking up on here. But there's definitely something going on in your life this month where it's like there's going to need to be a balance here of logic, reason, and a certain level of detachment, but also being caring and compassionate and being empathetic in a sense. Keeping your emotions under control is definitely something that's coming through with this as well, because the King of Swords is definitely very emotionally detached, and the King of Cups is someone who's in control of their emotions, especially in the upright. But with the Star card here, it's like you guys are in this place, I feel, where this is going to be a really beautiful month of just like healing and renewal for you. Maybe you guys like coming into the month of September have recently gone through kind of like a rough or rocky situation, because the Star card does come right after the Tower card in our tarot. So it's possible that some of you guys went through some sort of a Tower moment leading up to the month of September. And so this is kind of a month where you're able to finally like rest and relax and just recharge your batteries in a sense, rebuild. But I also kind of feel for some of you guys with the Star being here that there's an energy of potentially being in the spotlight, like having eyes on you, being the star, literally, being of inspiration to others. And if there is something about being of inspiration to others, this would make a lot of sense why we have leaders here, because, maybe you guys are being someone out there who is, you're doing something that is viewed as very inspiring. You know what I mean? So let's just continue. So we have partnership with Juno here, and then we also have the 8th house. Okay. So this is kind of interesting because the 8th house talks about like shared resources with others, shared bank accounts, sharing your bodies, like things like that. And then you guys also have Juno here, which talks about relationships. So there is also an emphasis for you guys this month around relationships and around partnerships. And I think like with both of these cards coming up, it's making me feel like there's an energy in your life this month of sharing some major energy with someone else. It could be one person in particular. It could be multiple types of relationships that you guys are sort of reevaluating or healing within or healing from. Maybe some of you guys have like moved in with a partner. Maybe you're sharing a bank account with a partner, sharing a home with a partner with the 8th house. And with Juno being here, I kind of feel like this is sort of like focusing in on how the two of you are working together as a partner. What are the dynamics looking like in your relationship? Maybe for some of you guys, there's healing that's needing to happen within this relationship by kind of examining or re-examining the shared resources and the way that you both are kind of engaging in this connection. Sometimes with this card too, this can be where we might realize that like there could be an imbalance here in a sense in the partnership, meaning like maybe one person is losing their identity because they're so like wrapped up in the other person's things going on. And so it's no mistake, I don't think, that you guys have the star, because this to me is giving very individualistic energy, where I feel like even though you guys are in a partnership and maybe you do have shared resources with a partner, it's like you have this month where you're really focusing in on your own individuality again. Like who you are outside of the connection, in a sense, feels like it's coming through. Next card we have is Ritual. Can you feel them? Wild creatures linked by the very blood you will spill into your craft. A ritual of dedication to self and those whose gazes hold fire, but whose whispers carry you softly through the unknown. Yes. Okay, so twofold message here. This, on like the most mundane level, can just be talking about like your day-to-day routines, your day-to-day rituals, so to speak. So what does your ritual look like with your partner, your family, your finances that you guys share together? What are those day-to-day routines, right? Because those day-to-day rituals make a huge difference in our overall well-being. So I do think that there is some sort of re-examination of what that is looking like for you this month. Again, with our healing card here. For others of you, though, this is like talking in the more magical sense, right? Like kind of going back to this energy of being an inspiration to others. You know, maybe some of you guys are doing like rituals for others, or you're showcasing or sharing your knowledge around your own magic and your abilities to others as well. So this could be another thing that you guys are really honing in on and focusing on this month. We do also have Deceit coming up here. And I do have to note something that's drawing my eye here as this guy is holding some coins, it looks like. Maybe he's dropping them. I have to look at it off the camera. Yeah, it's almost like he's dropping these coins. So there could be an energy here around money this month for some of you guys where you're going to need to be very discerning, especially if you guys are in some sort of a partnership with someone. Really making sure that you are being aware of your own individual finances, your own financial well-being, I think is going to be important, because there could be for some of you an energy of like another person who's not being totally honest. So with our King of Swords here, I do think that it's like, yes, we have love for this person with the King of Cups, we have love for the situation, but the King of Swords is much more like detached from that. You're gonna have to be very logical with the situation. Versus emotional, just to protect yourself from any sort of negativity or dishonesty from others. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not missing anything before we get into your last two cards. Yeah, it feels like this month you guys are definitely an inspiration to others, for sure. You're leading others in some way. You're supporting others in some way. And there is this energy of partnership too. So this can just be talking about maybe the partnerships you guys are cultivating with people who follow you. Because I feel like for a lot of you guys, you have a social media account or you're in the spotlight in some way, helping others through sharing your resources. For others of you, though, this could be talking about a more specific relationship where you're sharing resources, and some of these themes apply. So, okay, let's go ahead and get into your last two cards. So we're going to start with one for love, and then we'll go into career, keeping in mind that this is just a light overview, and there will be a dedicated video for love this month as well. Not 100% sure about career yet, just because transparently they don't perform as well on my channel, but there will be something for career, even if it's not a dedicated September video. So let's go ahead. For love life, we have 9 of Wands, trials and tribulations. So this could be talking, confirming what I was picking up on here with this partnership energy. A 9 of Wands is typically when we're in this place of maybe going through a little bit of a rocky time with someone or a situation here. Sometimes this talks about like a lack of trust. feeling a little bit distrustful or paranoid about something. So it definitely feels like someone out there is definitely dealing with a partner that you don't fully trust all the way. So just bear that in mind as you're moving through the month of September, because this is showing up in your general reading. For career, we do have the Two of Wands. So this is talking about a fusion of ideas on the same page and business partners. So, for others of you, this partnership energy, this shared resources energy can be talking about like your business, right? Sharing business ideas, moving into a partnership in business with someone else. Maybe for some of you guys, this is around like some sort of daily routines, or, could be more magical related rituals and things like that you guys are doing. But it seems like, really good for career. Like you're getting on the same page with someone, and I'm being drawn to that little dollar sign there. So I feel like it's going to be a financially abundant potential business partnership. So pile 2, I'm going to go ahead and end the reading there, but I would love to hear from you in the comments how you feel this best resonates with your upcoming month ahead. So please drop me a note down below and let me know. If you guys are not already, please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. This way you are aware when I'm uploading new videos. And I do look forward to seeing you in a new reading really soon. Bye! Hey, pile number 3, if you guys picked this little turquoise stone, I don't know what it is. So if you guys do know, please comment below what you think it is. Either way, this is going to be your reading for the month of September. So let's go ahead and get started with some tarot cards. And stay tuned until the end, guys, because I will be doing one love and one career card for your month ahead. Let's go ahead and see. So starting off here, we have the 3 of Cups. Ooh, we have the Empress card. And then we have the Sun. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is a beautiful month ahead. One thing that I'm immediately noticing is that we have the pregnant woman here, and then we have a pregnant woman here. So I do feel for some of you out there that maybe pregnancy is being emphasized this month. So either you're pregnant or someone else in your life is pregnant. And this might be something that takes the forefront in your life. Obviously, if it's you that's pregnant, of course, it's going to take the forefront in your life. But even if it's like a friend or someone in your group that's pregnant, I feel like this is going to be a major part of your life this month for some reason. But like this energy, you guys, is like so beautiful for your month of September. I want to start with the Empress card here because it's like in the center. Excuse me. I definitely feel like this is a month where you guys are really stepping into your divine feminine energy. There's definitely an emphasis here on creativity, nurturing, giving birth to something new in your life, whether it's literally a baby that you're giving birth to or some sort of creative idea or creative endeavor, or just something new is happening for you, something that you have actually created here. You guys may also be stepping into your feminine energy in the sense that you're becoming more comfortable with receiving versus having to be the person that's always doing or taking action. So this could be a month where you're just kind of leaning back a little bit more into that feminine energy and kind of moving in flow, going with the flow, versus needing to feel like you're controlling it or you're driving it or leading it, if that makes sense. I think this is going to be a month where you're really feeling well taken care of, be it taking care of yourself or having support from others. I definitely feel like other people, relationships are going to be very significant to you this month, especially friendships in particular. We have the 3 of Cups, which talks of friendships specifically, but the Sun card, at least this Sun card, it looks very similar to this 3 of Cups, doesn't it? Where it's like we have these 3 people just like joining together, having a great time, enjoying one another's company. So I feel like your inner circle this month is going to be very important. I feel like your friend group this month is going to be really important. There's something being illuminated to you guys this month with the Sun card, I feel, around friendships and relationships in your life. So, the Sun is all about achieving clarity on something. The Sun brings clarity when things are dark. Whenever the sun comes up, we can now see things clearly in the light, right? So there's definitely an energy of clarity coming in for you around your inner circle. And maybe this is about it can be a couple of things. It can be about seeing your inner circle that's here with you and really seeing who's there for you for real. Because, a lot of times we have people in our lives that are friends or that we think are our support system, but then maybe something major happens in our life, like we give birth to something new, or we, have a major celebration, hit a milestone in life. And those people that we thought were our friends maybe aren't really our friends. Ultimately, they don't show up for us in the same way that some other people do. So it's like, I feel that you guys are having some major celebration in your life this month, or you're hitting some sort of milestone. And it's like, you're going to see very clearly who is really rocking with you and who's really your support system. Now, there is a lot of really happy, beautiful energy this month as well with this Three of Cups and the Sun. So, this could be a month where you guys are having more fun in your life, spending more time with friends, maybe being a little bit more intentional about connecting with other people who you have similar common interests with and things like that. So let's continue. This looks like really amazing so far. So you guys have Leo energy coming up, and you have Libra energy coming up. Okay. Wow. So, Leo energy is all about like kind of not being afraid to shine, not being afraid of being in the spotlight, being that person that is the leader, being that person that is a source of inspiration for others in a sense. And, I do feel like there is an energy of you guys being in the spotlight this month for sure with the Empress card, just because the way the cards are laid out, how it's like we have our individual person here, and then both of these cards surrounding her are groups. So it definitely feels like you guys are in the spotlight in some way this month. But it's like with Leo energy being here next to Libra, sometimes Leo energy can be a little bit more self-focused, right? Which is I'm not saying that in a bad way, but I feel like what you guys are learning to do is be that source of inspiration, be that person in the spotlight, but you're balancing it out and making sure that the needs of others are also considered here. Because Libra energy is about relationships. It is about balance and harmony and justice, making sure things are fair, right? Libra energy can also have to do with like legal matters, the law. It can have to do with beauty, right? And I'm definitely feeling beauty coming through really strong because we have Leo here, which can be very much about like how you show yourself, to the world, your outer image and things like that. But there's just a lot of beautiful energy here as well, a lot of creative energy. So this is looking really promising. Pile 3, let's continue. So we have the dark moon. In the dark of your heart lives new breath, waiting for you to release its ghost. So the dark moon is basically talking about new moon energy. So again, there's this energy of new beginnings here for you guys. I definitely feel like this is a month where you all are setting intentions for something new, right? So again, it's like you guys have this creative idea or this new beginning that's getting ready to emerge, or a baby that's coming for some of you guys. And it's like, there's an energy this month of setting some clear intentions around how we want this next phase of our lives to go, okay? And even if it is just like maybe you guys are just setting intentions around new friendships or something like that, it's like this is sort of talking about it's waiting for you to release its ghost, this new breath waiting for you to release its ghost. So it's like whatever is within you, whatever you're thinking about, whatever is kind of brewing within, this is going to be the month where you are setting those intentions for this new beginning and really deciding around how you're going to navigate it and what your goals are here. We also have the 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel. So this is the throat chakra that's being highlighted here. So the throat chakra is all about communication, you guys. It's the way that we, show up and live our truth. It's the way that we speak our truth. It's the way that we are not only communicating and speaking, but it's also the way that we're listening too. And I kind of feel for some of you guys, this throat chakra being highlighted this month could be more about the listening aspect of things in communication, because we have this energy of Empress, which is about kind of that leaning back. It doesn't mean you're not talking. It doesn't mean you're not communicating, but I definitely feel like there's something here around you guys really emphasizing balance in your relationships and making sure that it's not just about you, but it's about others as well, harmony with others. So yeah, with Libra being here with the 5th chakra, you guys might be noticing that this month you're more open to kind of leaning back and just hearing out what others have to say. Really focusing on seeking to understand someone through intentional listening versus, sometimes when we're in conversations and we just feel like we have something to say, we're not really listening because we're like thinking about what we're going to say next. You know what I mean? That's a totally normal, common thing that a lot of us do. So this month, it feels like there's more of an emphasis on that intentional listening of others, but still maintaining your own truth as well. So this is looking amazing, pile 3. We're going to go ahead and close out the reading by doing one love card and one career card for you. Keep in mind there will be more in-depth readings on love specifically for September, and I haven't decided yet about for career, but if there's not a dedicated September career upload, there will be some sort of career video this month for you. So starting with love life, we have the King of Swords, quick wit and intellect. So King of Swords, this could be Libra as well, but it's air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is kind of like about in love, like it also ties in with the throat chakra, because this energy is very much about like communication, but also logic, right? So maybe you guys are learning to use your intellect more in your relationships this month, or maybe you guys are coming at love and relationships from a more like detached place in a sense. Not that you don't care, but the King of Swords is sort of more detached from their emotions. They are more of that like logical, balanced kind of energy. You know what I mean? Versus, you know, like this would be the type of energy that would want to make sure, like from the higher perspective, that things are fair and balanced. So it is sort of like that energy of being impartial about something that I'm getting for some of you. For others of you, this King of Swords could be an actual person in your life that you're connecting with that kind of embodies this energy. So this could be like a love interest for some of you. This would be someone who is very, you know, great at communication, quick-witted, also very intelligent. Like this could be a person you have really interesting conversations with like all day. In career, we have the World. Oh my gosh. So this is talking about world events, final destinations, and conclusions released. So this is kind of tying in as well with some of this other energy of like new beginnings that we have here, you guys, because with your career, it feels like there is sort of this, it's like an ending of a chapter, like a major, major, major chapter in your life. And the beauty of the World is that this ending brings new beginnings. You know, the World is kind of like expansion. You can think more globally about something. But for a lot of you, it definitely feels like, as the card mentions, it's like you've reached your final destination with regard to something in your career. And now you're giving birth to this new energy that's coming up. So maybe the Empress card for a lot of you guys is referring more to like a new beginning in your career. Maybe some of you guys are moving into something in a more creative space versus something, maybe you guys were in something different prior to this. So group 3, I'm going to go ahead and close out the reading here, but I would love to hear from you in the comments how you feel like this really resonates with your situation and what you have planned for this upcoming month of September. So please drop me a note down below and let me know. If you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. This way you guys are aware of when I upload new videos, and I look forward to seeing you in a new video really soon. Bye.